The ERi-TV news broadcast crew and I, Delit Sahaya, are now ready for your daily news briefing at 10:30 local time. But first, let us catch up with the major headlines. Seminar aimed at enhancing public understanding of autism organized in Dankale subzone. Potable water supply creating satisfaction among residents in Aden Amman. Iran wars to target Israeli embassies in the region. And Russia and Egypt reaffirms strategic partnership. Proceeding with our reports. A seminar aimed at enhancing public understanding of autism as well as the treatment of citizens with autism was organized in Dankale subzone on 3rd April. The seminar focusing on the causes of autism and the measures that parents should take for children with the disability. Ms. Hayat Abdullah, chairperson of the Association with Intellectual and Developmental Disabilities in the Southern Red Sea region, gave an extensive briefing on the causes of the disability. Mr. Musa Haj, administrator of the subzone, said that efforts are being exerted to avoid discrimination among citizens with intellectual and developmental disabilities, ensuring their participation in the social affairs and safeguarding their economic rights. At the event, material support was provided to foster families of the citizens with intellectual and developmental disability. In the same vein, World Autism Day was observed in Elaborate subzone on 2nd April. Speaking at the event, Ms. Asha Ali Noor, administrator of the subzone, said that the day is a reminder for the public to change its wrong perception of citizens with the disability and offer them proper respect and treatment. Potable water supply facilities put in place in Aden Amman administrative areas have reportedly created satisfaction among residents. The report was made by residents of the administrative area, indicating that previously they have been fetching water from a single water distribution center in the area. The residents said that they are now receiving water through pipelines installed in their residence. They also expressed gratitude to the government institutions for providing the opportunity. Mr. Tasfa Mikael Takabo, coordinator of the project, said that as part of the project, a water reservoir with a capacity of 250 barrels and operating on the solar system, as well as 5 water distribution centers, have been put in place. Mr. Mengst Abmelake, chairman of the Water Development Committee in the administrative area, said that with the increasing number of residents, an additional water reservoir will be put in place in the near future. Mr. Abraham Hagos, administrator of Logoan Sabah subzone, and Mr. Hagos Amlesom, administrator of Aden Amman administrative area, called for proper use of the project to ensure its sustainability. Straight ahead is our international news after a short break. Welcome back. Iran warned that any aggression targeting the country's diplomatic mission will be met with retaliatory attack on the Israeli embassies across the region. Ibrahim Zulfikari, the spokesperson for the Khatam al-Anbiya central headquarters, today cautioned Israel against any action on Iran's diplomatic centers. Iran has carried out extensive retaliatory attack on the U.S. assets in the region and on the location of the Israeli-occupied territory since the first day of the U.S.-Israel aggression. The Islamic Republic said it respects the sovereignty and territorial integrity of its neighbors, and that the spiral attack are directly at the U.S. assets and based on their soil. It also warned regional countries not to allow their territories to be used for attacks against Iran. On our last report, Russian Foreign Minister Sergei Lavrov and his Egyptian counterpart Badr Abdelayati reaffirmed a strategic partnership between the countries during a meeting in Moscow yesterday. The meeting followed talks held a day earlier between Russian President Vladimir Putin and Abdelayati, during which the Russian leader invited Egyptians to take part in the 3rd Russia-Africa summit scheduled for this autumn. The sides discussed trade and economic cooperation, including plans to establish a logistics hub in Egypt for Russian petroleum products and grain, which is expected to support the needs of the Arab state in the African continent. Lavrov also noted that increased in-trade turnover between the countries, stating that by the end of this last year, bilateral trade exceeded $10 billion, which is increasing of nearly 12%. Addressing ongoing regional crisis, the parties signaled that their position largely coincides, particularly on the situation in the Middle East, where both sides advocate the de-escalation of the political solutions. Dear viewers, we've come to the end of tonight's news. Let's have a quick recap of the headlines. Seminar aimed at enhancing public understanding of autism organized in Amkala subzone. Potable water supply creating satisfaction among residents in Aden, Amen. Iran warns to target Israeli embassies in the region. And Russia and Egypt reaffirm strategic partnership. That was the news from ERi-TV Studios. This has been the Lit Sahara reporting. Thanks for watching and have a good night.